Hey y'all, happy Sunday and welcome to this week's live Q&A session. This is the portion of the show where we allow YouTube to send out notifications that we're going live. If you're watching this live Q&A on replay, please scrub ahead until this graphic disappears and the actual show begins. If you're watching live and you have any comments or questions, please go ahead and put them in the live chat. But for now, grab a beverage, sit back, and relax while the countdown timer does its thing. Then we'll get started. Hey y'all, happy Sunday. Hope everything is doing well for you and yours. It has been a week here. Summer is really over. Our temperatures have plummeted worse than my bank account.
And but this too shall pass. I got to tell you, I am madly in love with this mini split. Um, I come out, it was 50 degrees Fahrenheit out here in the shed, and I come out about an hour before we go live, turn on the mini split, fire up the computers, make sure my headset's all charged. I came back out, and now it's a nice, warm, toasty 71, fixing to be 72 degrees out here. I couldn't be happier. So, let's hope you all get into that Zen state and are having a good weekend as well. Thank you for spending part of your Sunday with me and with all the folks here in the chat. Um, if it's your first time here, please note that I have it on subscribers only. You must be a subscriber for at least 1 day before you can participate in the chat. So if this is your first time here, I apologize. Subscribe now. Then next Sunday you can participate in the fun. Hoot and holler with the folks out here, ask me questions, give answers to help one another out. It's 100% up to you. I had to do that to get rid of the bots and the spammers and the trolls that just want to come in and try to take over a live stream. We haven't had any problems since. So, today is there's a couple of things on the agenda for today. I tried to have a topic, but as usual, time got the best of me, and I didn't get one figured out for today. But I can always count on you guys to come up with something interesting, and you did. We'll get into that as well. But before we do anything else, I want to give a shout out and say a special thank you to my friend Steve over at Harnell Media. If you are even thinking about a website, or you have something coming up where maybe you need to renew a domain, you already have a website, maybe you're just looking to go to somebody else who's a little bit more attentive to your needs. The only person that I'm ever going to recommend is Steve over at Harnell Media for several reasons, chief among them being 100% personalized service. To give you an idea about that service, yesterday I went to Steve with what I thought was a pretty big ask. I wanted a special page on my website that was password protected and only few people could access, and was going to be relatively media heavy. And as I'm sitting there describing to Steve what I want, I notice he's looking at another monitor and he's typing away. I'm explaining to him what I want. He's explaining how to get it done. And as we're sitting there talking, he's got it finished before I knew everything I wanted. And then it became just a case of adding elements here and there, and it's up, it's running, it's ready to go. That's the kind of personal service I'm talking about. The man is a miracle worker. I do not know how he does everything. Um, and I'm here to tell you, if you're even thinking about a website, do yourself a favor, head over to Harnell Media. If you want to set up a web store, he's got you covered. If you want to just set up a blog, he's got you covered. If you maybe have some ideas for merch, then you're looking for a print on demand company, he's got you covered. If you're a seasoned veteran and you know how to run a website, you're just looking for somebody who's a little bit more reliable, he's got you covered. If you're like me and don't know what the hell you're doing with a website, he's got you covered. What else can I say? Do yourself a favor, get over to harneilmedia.com, click on that contact us link, and shoot him a message. He'll talk with you. I'm very proud to call him a friend. He's very attentive. He's very competitively priced. You'll wonder how he does everything he does for that amount of money. And I mean, what can I say? What can I say? Steve over at harneilmedia.com, sponsor of marklindsaycnc.com. Steve, thank you very much for your extra help yesterday. I truly appreciate you and everything you do. Um, let's talk a little bit about something that came up last week. I see some of you already. Kurt over at Crafty Jans. Steve does accept chocolate too. Yeah, if you throw snacks Steve's way. Yes. Anyway, I see folks are talking about it. Thursday and Friday of this past week was the Vectric Worldwide User Group Meeting, 2025 User Group Meeting. And it was jam packed full of information. I'm still digesting a lot of it. I didn't get to watch a lot of it live because I'm on the US West Coast and Vectric is in the UK. So we're all on daylight savings time. They are 8 hours ahead of me. So some of those presentations started at 3 o'clock in the morning, my time. And nature conspired against me. Last year, I was able to get up and get in, get some coffee, and watch all of the presentations live. This year, nature conspired against me. I was not able to do that. One of the most popular questions I saw in the chat during the presentations was, will these presentations be saved live? Is there any way we can go back and review them and watch them again? And I'm here to tell you, yes, they are. And here's where to find them. We will go here to Vectric's YouTube channel and just go to youtube.com um, / at Vectric, or you can just go to YouTube up here and search for Vectric. This is their YouTube channel. All you need to do is look right here below their all their information here and below the subscribe button. And if you're not already subscribed, shame on you. Get over there and subscribe. Right there it says live. You click live. There are all the presentations from the 2025 user group meeting. Every single one. You can see some of them I've been able to watch, some of them I haven't been able to watch. And here's 2023. And down here is 2021. They're doing every other year, they're doing an online worldwide user group meeting. So here are all of the presentations on the YouTube side. Okay. Now there's another place where you can go. You can go over here to the user group meeting website. Go over to home. There we are. And it's ugm.vectric.com. I messed up. I thought I put links. I didn't put links. I will put links to all of this in a pinned comment um, on this live stream as soon as we're finished live. I won't put it in the description. It'll be the first comment, and I'll pin it to the top. This is the homepage for the 2025 user group meeting, and this is what you'll see. Here, you can come over to Watch Now, click on that, and you see, thanks for watching. We hope to see you next year in Nashville. If you're just finding out, next year's US user group meeting, is going to be held in Nashville, Tennessee. They haven't announced the venue yet, but I'm sure they will soon. And I know they will soon because they've already reserved a block of rooms at the venue. And early birds will get a special discount price, both on attending the user group meeting and for rooms. So they haven't announced when yet. All that will be coming. My advice would be to watch the users forum, the Vectric users forum, for that information, because I'm certain it'll be a pinned announcement at the top of the forum. Okay. So, uh, Also over here, we have the schedule. You go over to schedule, here are all of the presentations, okay? Starting with the very first one and going down the list of all of the presentations that took place on day one. Or is this day two? This might be day two. Or this may be all of them. I'm not sure. Let me go back and up here and take a look. Um, yeah, there's okay. I was looking at yes, this is day one's. This is day one. Okay. Yes. And then you can click over here and see what happened on day two. So that's that. You can come over here, click on watch again. You not only get the video, but you get the chat that was going on during that video. Okay. Let's see. So that's back. That's in schedule. There's the presenters, a list of all the people who made presentations during the user group meeting. Some of these folks did some really awesome stuff that I'm going to have to get into. This is something else over here, and I would encourage everybody to come over here and take a look at show and tell. Over here, folks had the opportunity to post pictures of their projects. And as you look at some of these projects people are doing with Vectric Software, it's just amazing. Any of these look familiar, folks? Some of this stuff is absolutely outrageous. People are really doing amazing work. Any of this looking familiar, y'all? If you know, you know. I mean, I could go on forever about all this stuff. A grandfather, I mean, come on. So, do yourself a favor, get over here and check it out. The chat is kind of sort of a mini forum. People were asking questions during the user group meeting, and the questions, answers, etc., etc., etc. The shop. As it sits right now, the only thing in the shop is all of the project files for all of the projects that were worked on during the user group meeting. Okay. Uh, Plus bonus clip art that you can add to your clip art library. It's $49. There were some amazing projects done. There were some amazing presentations done. 49 bucks for the bundle. I bought it. And I would encourage you, if you, whether you watched the presentations or not, I would encourage you to get over there and watch the presentations, especially that table with John Hennon. This thing is fantastic. And oh my God, does he ever show some techniques? Ooh, man. Um, I think it's worth it. I bought it. Of course, I buy them all. Um, and that's the website for the user group meeting, for the 2025 user group meeting just recently passed. Um, Getting the bundle after you've purchased it, you'll be given a link to go download it. Now, here we have a situation where I've already done that on my main design computer in the house. So how do I get it on this computer here? I've not downloaded it to this computer here yet. It's very easy. You go over to your portal.vectric.com. Again, I'll put these links in a pinned comment as soon as we're done live here. This is your V&Co account. Come right over here to the side and go to your bundles. Click on it, and there they are. Because I took part in the 2023 user group meeting, I got sent those files for free because some of them were mine. But here is the link. I can now download the user group bundle on this computer. I'm not going to do that live unless y'all want to see how it's done, but it's pretty straightforward. You download a zip file, unzip it, put it wherever you want. So, um, basically put, you've got two places where you can watch the videos. You can watch it over here on Vectric's YouTube channel. Just click on live, or you can go to the UGM uh, website and click on schedule and then select which day you want to watch, and you can watch and participate. Well, you can't participate in the chat because it's already done, but you can see it in real time how everything went. So, yeah, it was a fun time. There were some fantastic projects, and um, I can't say yes, I can't say no. I can do Nashville. I can do Nashville. Linda and I were stationed at Fort Campbell, Kentucky, which is about an hour, hour and a half away from Nashville. So we kind of know the territory. Um, and I got to say, I'm kind of jonesing for a little bit of Southern cooking and a trip to Waffle House. But I can't say yes, I can't say no, but it's damn tempting. We'll see what happens. All right. Let's get away from that for a little while and get into your questions here. We've got a couple. Um, and again, I did not have a topic selected today, but I can always count on you folks to come up with something interesting. And that was from Gary Wood, who said, since downloading 12.5, I can't get ToolPaths to open in GSender. Now, Wade Custance asked him a very important question. Are you sure you're using the right post processor? And I think that is what's going on. And I asked Gary if he still had the old version on his computer. He said yes. That makes things a lot easier. What I'll say, Gary, let's go back over here, is to go into your old version and come up here to toolpaths. And no, it's not here. Where is it? Is it under machine? Yeah, go over here to post processor management and look at the post processors. Make sure you have the correct post processor selected. Now, the way to find that is over here on the Toolpaths tab. When you go over here to Save Toolpath, click on that, and your post processor will be listed right here. If it's not the correct post processor, select it. Now, because you have the old version, let me go ahead and close this. You can go into that old version. You can go over here and click on Save Toolpath, and you can see which post processor you used. On the new version, go in and click on that post processor. All right. And go add post processors. Okay. Right here, you're going to get into machine configuration, and you'll have your list of post processors right here. Click on add, and it'll open up this list. That's where you go down the list and you find it. Now, if you've got the right one, Bob CNC, for instance, in your case, Bob CNC, If you have that selected, and that is your default post processor, close, and you have it listed here, if you have all that and it's still not working, I would get a hold of, number one, Bob CNC. Then I would get a hold of G-Sender. Okay? Because you have the old version, here's another way of doing this. Okay? What you can do is go up here to Help. Click on Help. Come down here, Migrate from older version. Click on that, and it'll open up this form here. Okay? You want to copy the machine and tool database. You want to copy your post processor. You want to copy all the options, setting, material textures, copy sculpting presets, all of that stuff. You can also select Backup the tool database online. If you have already added new tools to the new tool database over on your new version, I would not do this because it will overwrite the tool database you already have stored online. If you don't have a tool database stored online, you should, for just this reason. It makes it easier to load the tool database. I'm using my hands like you can see me. It makes it easier to load the tool database and post processors and all that other stuff. Now, I see a lot of people are talking about different post processors that they use for G-Sender. That might be something worth investigating. But I would reach out to Bob CNC and G-Sender and talk with them. If you have the correct post processor selected and it's still not reading that G-code file, there may be another issue. Okay. So I hope that helps out. Um, Now let's see here. Marie over at Acrylic Designs, great name by the way, says, I have been doing 3D carvings with the STLs from VistaSculpt. Sometimes there is text in the STL file. Okay. I've been working on getting finer detail on the text portion by tracing an outline in Aspire. Do you have any tips for this? No. You are doing it right. You are doing it right. Another thing to consider is don't put any text in the STL if you can. If you can avoid it, don't put any text in the STL. Add that after the fact. And I don't know why I'm still stuck on. There we go. I don't know why I'm still stuck on that. Try to do your text after the fact. Import the STL file, then add your text. If you can't avoid it, if that text is part of what you're creating the STL file from, then you're doing it right. Go back and trace that outline in Aspire. There was one of the things that came out in the Vectric user group meeting, and I have not watched this segment yet, is there is talk about in version 13, talk about incorporating an AI. That is still in the development stage, okay? And that immediately started talking about when is version 13 coming out? When is version 13 coming out? Not patting my back when I say I'm a beta tester, but they have told us beta testers that they're not even going to start beta testing until next year. Okay. They're not even going to start beta testing until next year. So don't get your hopes up that version 13 is coming soon because it ain't. So if you're on the fence about 12.5 versus 13, you don't know if you want to upgrade yet, we're kind of in that gray area. I can tell you right now, version 13 is not coming within the next 3 months. So if you are, if you're thinking about getting 12.5 and don't want to pay the price to update to upgrade rather when version 13 comes out and you're happy with what you got, stick with what you got. Don't don't if you're using 11.5 and you want to upgrade, I would wait. Okay? I would wait, excuse me. I would late. Jeez. So for the newest version, you'd have to pay. Yes, for version 13, if you're using version 12, there will be a charge to upgrade. Excuse me. Um, Let me say that. Let me talk about that just a little bit. Um, During one of the presentations when Todd and Edward were talking, one of the big questions that came up is with all this stuff that's going on with Easy Carve and modules being added to the software, is Vectric thinking about going to a subscription model like Fusion 360 has? And Edward was adamant, no, they will not do that. And the main reason for that was because, and Edward is the CEO of Vectric, okay? And he gave the answer: when you purchase the software license, that software is yours. That software is yours to use. If new versions come out, great. You are still licensed for that version. You can still use it. Why is that important? Because you have files. You have files you have created that you want to use. So if they adopt a subscription model and you no longer subscribe, those files are worthless. They don't want that to happen. They've had too many good customers over the years. They don't want to strand people and leave them high and dry with files that can't be used. So I mention this because if you are using version 12.5 now and version 13 comes out next year or the year after, you are still licensed for 12.5. You can there's you still can use their software. That license is perpetual. You will not keep paying to use version 12.5. If you later on want to update to 13.5 when that comes out, in 2030 or whatever, then that's up to you. There will be a charge for it. But you are still licensed for the software you're using now, and they will not go to a subscription model. Okay, 8th Center says they said no to subscription, but they're still planning to use coins, tokens, or something for AI use. Not that I will ever touch AI anyway, but still. The reason for that is Vectric gets charged to use the AI engine. The AI engine is not there at Vectric. It's somebody else's engine, be that Midjourney or uh, whatever. So they are paying to use that engine. The only way they can afford to do that is to pass that cost on to the customer. But if you're not using it, you shouldn't be charged for it. So tokens are used for the people that actually use it. If you don't use the AI, you won't be charged for it. It's only the people who are using it that will be charged for it because they have to pay for it. I can see that. pass the cost on to the people that actually use it and not the people that don't. It's better to use tokens to use that AI engine than it is to charge everybody an extra $50 for a license and hope they get enough to cover the cost. So I can see it. And again, if you don't use the AI, you won't be charged for it. It's kind of like the laser module. If you don't use the laser module, you're not charged for it. But if you do have the right kind of laser that can be used with the laser module, they'll charge you $50 for it one time, and boom, it's done. And that follows you with every version. So if you update versions, you have access to the laser module there. Boom. But if you don't, you're not getting charged for it. Yeah, they said the AI will be an optional add-on, something like the laser module, something. I'm okay with that as long as AI isn't forced on us. Yeah, nobody's forcing you to use anything. Nobody's forcing you to use anything. And that goes back to that um, licensing. If you're happy with 12.5 and you don't want to use AI and you don't want to be anywhere near it, you're still licensed for 12.5. You don't have to upgrade. You can just keep on using it. So, okay. And let me make it clear. I am not being paid by Vectric to say any of this stuff. This is my opinion. I'm not affiliated, other than me being a beta tester, I'm not affiliated with them. I'm not a Vectric employee. I'm just a guy in a shed who likes to play around with robots. And, if I can help somebody out in the process, I'm more than willing. So I'm not a shill for Vectric. They have, I'm I'm not paid by anybody. All right. I am not that popular. I am not that good. Okay. So, I believe I had another question up here and it slipped past me. Let me go back up. Okay. Marie says, I wonder how much more for the newer version. Um, I don't think anybody knows yet because the new version isn't going to be out for at least a year. And so I would be guessing at a price today, and it's going to depend on the individual. If you're upgrading, if you have Aspire 12.5 and you want to upgrade to version 13, that's one price. If you have VCarve Pro 12.5 and you want to upgrade to VCarve Pro 13, that's another price. If you have VCarve Pro 12.5 and want to upgrade to Aspire 13, that's another price. So log into your V&Co account. Let me bring that up here. Bring that back up. And no, it's not that. It's this. Log into your V&Co account. Then go over here to your software. This is the software that I have available. There will be a banner up here on how to upgrade. Okay. These are the licenses I have. There's my post processors. Um, there will be a banner up here with an upgrade and an upgrade price, depending on which software. See, for me to upgrade from VCarve Pro to Aspire is $1,300. To buy the laser module is $49. I don't have a laser. I'm not buying that. I already have a license for Aspire. I'm not buying that. So, I don't need to. And I need to get rid of that. So, um, there it is. It's pretty self-explanatory when you look at it. Let me see. Scroll in for the Yeah, that was good to hear. I hate subscription software. Me too. I don't like any software that requires me to be online. I want to be able to use it and not be online and not rely on some server someplace to get a project finished. I don't want to do a project and have to go through somebody's server to generate G code to run my CNC machine. No. I want as closed circuit as I can. Okay. Let's see here. There was some questions up here a little bit further, and okay, yeah, AL Peleg. Howdy, AL. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope you and yours are all right, and everything is as good as it can be. All right. Brooks Martin, what is this lovely crown you got by your name? That is something that YouTube came up with several months back. Um, and that is, it's a way to show engagement. And what it goes by is how many things you have put into the chat. And they put a crown at the top three. And the higher you are in that top three, the darker that crown is. So if you're the number one chatter, meaning you have put the most messages in the chat, that you got a dark purple crown. If you're number two, you've got a little bit less. It's a lighter purple. Number three, you've got fewer. It's a lighter purple. And it'll change as people chat. That's a way for you and me to kind of look at engagement. How engaged is the crowd? And these are the three people that are doing the most chatting. So it's not something I do. It's something that it's something that YouTube put in about a month ago, 2 months ago, something like that. So what can we say? Now, Kurt says, I think they have some underhood metrics on the crown. Not really. It's pretty much just so you and I can kind of gauge engagement. Because if I'm sitting here tap dancing my my tail off and there's not a lot of activity out in the chat, that tells me that I'm either doing something wrong or everybody is busy watching the monkey dance and nobody wants to talk about it. Um, and that means I got to do something. Something's wrong. I need to up my game here. So, um, to Jack in the shop's point earlier, he said something about the show and tell on the user group meeting website. Something to the effect of some of those projects made me want to shut off my machine and sell it, or some words to that effect. Um, I understand your point, Jack. Um, there's a lot of truth in that, but it's kind of. I look at it like this, Jack. It's kind of like watching Stevie Ray Vaughan play guitar. I think Eric Clapton. I may be wrong, but I think Eric Clapton said watching Stevie Ray Vaughan play makes a beginner want to pick up his guitar, and it makes a player want to put his down. So I look at this as kind of the same, Jack. There is always going to be somebody better than me. Hell, there are millions of people worldwide who are better than me. I don't let it get me down because I refuse to compare my current work to somebody's best work. Okay. If you look at Brooks Martin's Sasquatch, that was a feat. Okay. Um, it was a case of I don't know how much work he put into that. Now, if you go to Brooks Martin's YouTube channel, you can see a lot of that work. But as a video maker myself, I also know what went on behind the scenes, and you're seeing a small fraction of it. I refuse to put any of my 3D models that I carve up against that Sasquatch, simply because there is no way I'm going to match that level of work, because Brooks has been doing this longer than I have. He's been working with 3D longer than I have, and just simply put, he's a better artist than I am. So I will not put myself up against that. I'll just look at it and love it for what it is. And it's the same with all of these here. None of these projects should make you feel self-conscious about your work. All of these projects should inspire you to try something new. Maybe try a different um, maybe try a different material. Maybe try a different type of project. Maybe you have never done anything you've never done anything with a diamond drag bit, and you see somebody else who has done a maybe it'll get you out of your comfort zone and get you to look into a diamond drag bit. Maybe you've never carved a 3D model. Maybe this will get you started in it. So think of it that way. Don't think, because you are not in competition with these guys. You're not in competition. You don't have to impress anybody other than yourself. So don't compare your work to what they're doing. Use their work as inspiration to learn what they're doing and maybe bring your own level up. Okay. Um, so let me see here. Butch Miller says, I look at the possibilities with other people's work, yet compare only to myself. Am I improving? That's the right attitude to have. And that goes with anything. That goes with anything. Doesn't matter what car somebody else drives. Do you like yours? Good enough. Okay, 8th Center wants to know, can you clear up things on Safe Z and Travel Z stuff? I want to ride above a wall 1 inch, but I don't want to travel that in the milling. Once it's there, I want more like zero point 0.2 or zero point 0.1. Okay, in Vectric, that's difficult, and that is something that is being requested. Okay, so shoot an email to Vectric support on that, and as a subject, feature request. All right, because currently all you can do. Let me get back into VCarve here and do this. There we go. Currently, all you can do here in material setup is set your safe Z right here. It's clearance Z1. And then a Z gap above material minus set to 0.08. When you run, when you calculate your tool paths and you run the G code, what this is the rapid gap. Um, Let me remove the spotlight for a second. The rapid gap when the bit is up out of the material and not cutting, and it's moving to the next cut, it's going to lift up, in my case, zero point 0.2 inches, so not quite a quarter of an inch. It's going to lift up out of the material 0.2 and then move over at its rapid rate to the next cut. All right. My home position is where my X and Y0 are when I first start, and I click cycle start or run or play or whatever button you click, it will move over wherever the bit is. It'll move to XY0 and lift up to 0.8 above. And then as it's moving over to that first cut, it will start dropping down to that 0.2. Okay? So if you can set your Z gap above material here to 1 inch, that's a start. Okay. But I understand what you mean. You want it to be 1 inch until that first cut and then plunge down. And then after that, you want to be zero point 0.2. I get it. You need to ask for that, and you will not be the first. They want a, we want a little box in here after this saying use a home start position Z gap until the first cut or something like that. You're not the first person to ask for it. So send an email to Vectric support and for the subject, put in feature request and ask for it. Okay. The squeaky wheel gets the grease. So the more of us that ask for that, the more likely they will be to do it. So, and that works. That worked on a few things. I will. I shouldn't say this publicly. I will conspire with my fellow beta testers and ask them to ask for it because the more of us that ask will look. They will look, excuse me. Not we will look. They will look. Let's see here. Were that all the questions or did I miss any? Let's see here. Steve, on top of it again, man. There's the playlist for Butch's Sasquatch. I will go ahead and I'll link that also in a pinned comment at the top of this. You know. Let's see here. I'm not seeing any other questions. Um, a lot of a lot of comments on JJ Kale and Stevie Ray Vaughan. Let's see here. Looks like that's it. Have I caught up with everything and everybody? Well, it's been almost, we've been on for almost an hour. So, if nobody has um, any questions. Oh, I see. Kurt says if one gives a donation, they get a huge amount of points. No, that's not how it works. Well, maybe that is with that ranking thing, but it I look at donations as thank you. I appreciate any and all super chats and donations and things like that. I really do. They are 100% unnecessary. They are not necessary. I don't ask for them. Um, I have just spent more time talking about them than I ever do. I see a lot of live streamers and what have you who they kind of they kind of pander for them. They talk about it a lot. They talk about where to find the button and do this. I see it as panhandling. I don't like it. I have a problem with it. So I don't talk about it. But I got convinced by a guy several years ago um, to give people the option. And if they want to, they will. If they don't want to, they won't. So the option's there. Uh, uh, Stevie, please don't. Please don't. I'll be honest, they embarrass me when people do that. And I know a couple of you do it just to embarrass me. Let's see here. Yeah, don't forget the like button. Now that I will pander for. Yes, yes, hit that like button, please. Let's see here. Ed wants to know regarding the Z gap, can the post processor be modified to accomplish it? Yes, it can. If you are good with editing post processors, it certainly can. I am not the person to tell you how to do it, but I can tell you who is. His name is Milo Scott. You'll find him on Facebook. You'll find him on YouTube. I'll look up Milo's Facebook and YouTube links. Let me write that down so I no forget them. Um, and I'll write down Milo. Milo, I hesitate to call him an evil genius, but he is. If you tell Milo he can't do something, he will do it and then show you that he did it in such a way that you feel like a jackass just because you told him he can't do it. Milo is that good. So I will leave a link to Milo's Facebook and to his YouTube channel and then ask him about how to modify that post processor. And he'll do it just because he likes to do that kind of thing. He'll do it for you and send you the post processor. But yes, it can be done. Not by me. I know just enough about post processors to get in trouble. And trust me when I say you do not want to, things can get real exciting real quick. Exactly what Kurt says. You tell Milo that something can't be done, it'll be done tomorrow. It will be done tomorrow. That guy is also a wizard with the rotary, and but he takes a different approach to rotary projects on the CNC. He's developed a post processor. Um, he develops he's developed a post processor that spins his rotary like a lathe, and I think he's got it set to do like 2 million turns, complete revolutions, 2 million revolutions, and spins at a pretty quick rate. Then his bit comes over to the center of the material, goes over to the side, drops down, and starts cutting. He will do a beautiful turn spindle in less than a minute and a half. Maybe 2 minutes if it's on a slow day. With no 3D at all. It's all done with one 2D vector. The rest of it is all done with the post processor. And it's like watching Ted Williams hit a baseball. I mean, it's art in motion. Okay, I see a couple of questions down here. First off, is Milo a German? His ancestry may be German. I don't know, but he's in the U.S. I want to say he's down south somewhere, but I'm not certain of that. I don't know. I know he's in the Eastern time zone, but I don't remember um, exactly where he is. Okay. I see a question here from Marvin Mays. How does the drag bit work? The way a diamond drag, let me get mine out of the bag here. The way a diamond drag bit works is the spindle or router is turned off. It does not spin. Okay. And it's used for engraving. Okay. Uh, so get mine out of the container here and we'll take the protective cover off. This is a diamond drag bit. Now this is set up for this is for a 1/2 inch spindle. Okay. And there is a diamond tip. You can't see it. Well, maybe you can a little bit right there again. Come on, Mark. Well, my shadow on my hand is going to be in the way no matter what I do. Quit moving, Mark. You can't see it. It's a black spot. Looks like a black spot there at the tip. That is a diamond. This one is the. Is this the 90? This is the 120-degree tip. I also have a 90-degree tip for it. 8 Center is asking, that's the WidgetWorks drag bit? Yes, it is. It's the WidgetWorks diamond drag bit. Um, There, it is spring loaded. Okay, you can't see it move because this hand is still pretty messed up from shingles. Um, it is spring loaded. And what it does is it's there to engrave on metals or acrylic or various materials. And the way it does is you create the um, artwork in Vectric. You use the quick engrave toolpath. Do not try to use a touch plate to set your Z0 with a diamond drag bit because the diamond is non-conductive and it won't complete the circuit. So what you do is put a piece of paper down on the surface, bring your bit down, kind of press on it a little bit to compress that spring. That's it. Set Z0, lift it up, then run the program. Uh, Channel member Bob Heltebridle recently did a presentation on using the diamond drag bit on the members only side of my YouTube. Uh, Marie at Acrylowood Designs is asking, can it work on anodized aluminum? Yes, it can. Very well, as a matter of fact. And in the presentation, he showed a video and how it works. And then he zoomed out and showed what he was actually engraving. And that's what he engraved. I know, there we go. Now, this is a crosshatch engraving. It engraved through that black, I don't know if that's paint or powder coat or what that is. Trying to get it close so you can see the cross hatching, but that's going to be impossible. Anyway, um, that's what he engraved in his presentation. That's how a diamond drag bit works. Um, and all I'm going to say is, Bob, you the man, the myth, the legend. Thank you for this. I'm trying to find a subtle place to put this, and I don't know where to put it. I've got the big one back here. Um, I apologize, 8 Center. I have not seen that. I will look for it, okay? I'm having a problem right now with one of my email addresses. I got like 4 email addresses, okay? I'm having a problem right now. One of them is not forwarding emails to my personal email, so I don't see it, okay? I will go look for it. And I apologize, okay? It's not that I didn't want to respond. I have not seen it. I'll look for it, okay? Let's see here. Um, yeah, Bob's giving away his secrets now. Which tool path? It's the quick engrave tool path. Let me jump back over here, and we're in VCarve Pro. It is in VCarve Pro and Aspire. It's not there. Let's cancel that. It is this tool path right here, quick engraving tool path. You open it up, and it's pretty much like a profile toolpath, but everything is right here. You can preview this toolpath, but odds are you won't see anything in the preview because it is so light. You're not cutting very much. You're putting in a pressure. God, I'm trying to remember what you put for pressure, Bob. I want to say it was 0.04, but I may be wrong with that. And I'm sure Bob is going to tell me. And then your step over. Um, and then you decide, are you going to do an outline? Are you going to do a fill? Are you going to do hatch? Are you going to do cross hatch? What are you going to do? And, if you're a channel member, Marie, go back a couple of weeks in the members only side, and Bob did a presentation on how to do this. But Bob does some brilliant work with that diamond drag bit, and he really knocked it out of the park with this. Like I said, I'm trying to think of a subtle place to put this where it'll be on camera every once in a while. I've got this one up here. I've got this one right here, so that stays in camera, but or appears in camera. But this one, it's a little bit big to be put on. I was going to put it over on this upright on the CNC, but it's too big. I'll find a place of honor for this, maybe over by my clamping station or above my table saw. But thank you, Bob, for this. This was over and above, and I like it. I like it a lot. So, let's see here. Um, he says, Bob says, no, Bob's still learning. Even a blind squirrel finds a nut. Yeah, but Bob, I mean, and it is, uh, Bob Heltebridle is the one who um, did that presentation and the one who sent me this brass engraving. Um, the man, the myth, the legend. If you're on Facebook, send him a friend request. He'll talk to you. He's a good guy. I've known Bob for a long time. But Bob has a sense of humor. You have to know that. Bob has a sense of humor. And he's the guy who can say all the things that I'm thinking and can't say. So, anyhow, let's see here. Make a back wall, make the back wall a logo presentation wall. I don't know about that, John. I mean, you have to have some sort of ego to do this stuff. And I say this sitting here wearing a t-shirt with my logo on it, okay? But you have to have a little bit of ego to do this. It has to be. Linda and I were talking about this just a few minutes ago. Um, you have to you have to have a little bit of the dig me gene in you to do this. But if you start taking yourself too seriously and you start believing your own hype and you start thinking that you're all that in a free toy surprise along with a bag of chips, that's where you're going to have problems. That's when you're going to have problems. Um, Absolutely, Eighth Center. I will agree with you 100%. And what I have to do to stay grounded, and it's going to sound weird, what I have to do to stay grounded is not believe it. I just don't believe it because it's like a bubble, most beautiful bubble in the world, but it could burst like that and you have nothing. So I just enjoy the ride, but I don't believe it. Okay? I don't take it seriously. I'm here having fun. I do this because it's fun. I'm here having fun with you guys. That's all. Okay, let's see here. Try to get back in here and um, put it on a chain. Yeah, Bob, because I'm so well known for my jewelry. Oh my gosh. All right, let's go ahead and wrap it up. It's just, I mean, this is becoming more and more. Thank you for attending my. Uh-oh, uh-oh. What you see of Mark on camera is a mask. His logo is actually a picture. That just came about by accident. Linda passes out stickers when I meet people, and she's like, "Doesn't this look like him?" And they're all like, "Yeah." So, and that's the only way you're going to get a sticker is to meet me. Um, let's see here. Yeah, thank you for attending my unhinged TED Talk. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. Um, Channel members, tomorrow We're going to play around with 3D a little bit more. Um, Marie, if you can attend, I'm sure that your text question, I'm sure we can convince Michael to talk about your text question. But we're going to do a little bit of talking about some of that stuff and trying to get more detail, more definition. So that'll be tomorrow on the members only side. For the rest of you, if you don't know what I'm talking about or you'd like to become a channel member, like all these fine individuals like Brooks Martin and Marie at Acrylowood Design and Oz down in Lower Alabama, just to name a few. You see all those folks out there, their name is in green, and you see that little star next to their name. No, that doesn't mean always trust your car to the man that wears the star. What that means is they are channel members. They're part of the elite group and some of the finest people I've ever been blessed to meet. Thank you, channel members. I appreciate every single one of you. If you would like more information on how to become a channel member, we'd love to have you join us. Just look down below this video panel and you'll see a join button. It should be right next to the subscribe button. Go ahead and click that join button. Now you're not joining anything. You're just getting information. Another video is going to play that'll tell you all about channel membership, and there's some links in the description if you want to join us. Again, we'd love to have you. Um, we'll also set you up in the super secret private Facebook group if you are on Facebook. We can also add you to the super secret Messenger live chat, which is a lot of fun all day long. You will also get um, videos earlier than everybody else when I can actually sit down and make a video. And we have a Saturday night general bull session Zoom call that we like to do and just have fun. The topics can run anywhere from lasers to barbecue and everything in between, and it doesn't matter what you want to talk about. Again, we'd love to have you with us. Next Sunday, I'm not sure what I'm going to do, so I'm not going to promise anything. We'll see what happens. I'm hoping for one thing, and we'll see if it comes through. Um, so I will say again, thank you for spending part of your Sunday with me. I will get these links put in a pinned comment down at the bottom of this just as soon as we're finished here. So give me about 10 minutes and come back, and you'll see all those links. Um, so, other than that, thank you for spending part of your Sunday. I'm going through the Rolodex in my mind to make sure I'm mentioning everything. Thanks for spending part of your Sunday with me. I'll see you channel members tomorrow. Everybody else, see you next week. Y'all take care. Go make some chips or go eat some chips. What the heck? It's Sunday. You earned it. Take a day off. You look tired. Have a great day, y'all. Thank you.